Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel and welcome to episode 6 of the Skating Free-to-Play, the Members Edition. So in the previous episode, we made some bank, and this episode should be no different. We are going to continue what we were doing in the previous episode, and that is going to be rotating between the same couple of money-making methods, as well as picking out a couple of new ones to get started in as well. We are going to go and jump headfirst into Herblore and see if we can find some other money-making methods to rotate with what we've currently got. So we want to continue the ones which are really performing in terms of the money-making methods, but we do want to diverse a bit, A, to show you guys some other money-making methods as well, but also to give us some other options to do so we don't get caught. Now, if you are enjoying the content lately, please hit that subscription button. It really does help me out and it keeps me motivated to pump these videos out for you guys. If you haven't seen any of the videos over the past couple of days, there will be some videos in the corner or in the description if you want to check out. Just going over previous episodes of this series, market watch, or some brand new money makers as well for you guys to check out. But thank you guys so much for the support. We really are flying in terms of the past couple of weeks, and it's all down to you guys hitting the like button and hitting the subscription button. So if you are enjoying, please make sure to do that as well. Any suggestions you want me to do in terms of this series, I do have a little vote on the community tab as well if you want to check that out. But without further ado, let's not talk too much. Let's jump in and see how much GP we can make in this episode. So just coming back to round off the rest of today, we did a bit of Herblore, so the prayer potions are now all completed. We got to level 52, which is nice because we can now do super attacks. Super attacks will be very good. And we're really not too far off doing super strengths as well. And there'll be some great ways to make some profit with Herblore and get us on our way to 81 or 82, which I think will be the goal over the next week or so, because that will unlock both brews and also aggression potions, which are very, very good. We have a mass amount of compost currently in the compost bin, although I think I've hit it to the point now where compost in the bin. So we've got nearly about 2k there as well, which would be some really good profit. As you can see by the chat as well, we've managed to sell some stuff. We've been quite slow with selling some items lately. It has taken a little while to move some items on compared to normal. But we'll go to the Grand Exchange and we'll run through what the plan is both tonight as well as tomorrow morning just before I record. So with the help of the handy new ring, we can go straight to the Grand Exchange. The Camelot teleport tabs have actually managed to all sell for a stupid price still. Can't believe we're still kind of getting this margin off, but they weren't the ones which were selling really good earlier on. It was the Varrock teleports which were selling, and the Camelot teleports have just came and overtaken them quite quickly. So this is where we're currently sat. Earlier on, I managed to finish all the refined teak planks we had left in the bank and also sold them on. Basically, this happens a lot with the frames. The 55k we're getting was because of low volume. Some more volumes come on the Grand Exchange, so we can't sell them for the price which we originally were. Which ain't the worst thing in the world because we're actually making pretty much double our money with teak frames at 32k anyway. Anything above that is just extra cash really more than anything. We also managed to sell the super compost, drop the price down a k. 13.4k is still unbelievable for the fact we're going to make about 6-7 mil per day. And we've got the offer for the Infernus Pyroclast just because it's so hard to buy. We want to continue to stream on it as well. And if we're at a point where we've got too much of it, we can just flip it and make some profit from that. The prayer potions have just sold in front of us, which is nice. I'm going to go and test margins for sort of super attacks. See if we can get some of those stocked up as well and move from there. The Camelot teleport tabs sold, so again you've seen a profit there. Someone's dropped a really helpful comment in yesterday's episode which mentioned if I upgraded to the mahogany lectern you actually make them quicker. So that's going to be something I'll do in my downtime, just buy a couple of mahogany planks, upgrade the lectern, and hopefully that will speed up our teleport tabs because that was brutal doing that as well. And then the big sort of seller really today is the mahogany frames. Managing to get these sort of sold roughly per frame, I'd say we're about 12 to 15k profit. So that is really, really nice. We managed to get rid of that. And then in terms of what's left in the Grand Exchange, still trying to get rid of those Dragonstone rings. I think we've moved on. So I'll probably give them another day or two. And then they're taking up a Grand Exchange slot. I'll sell them for profit. The Granite and Pyroclast I'm going to leave in the info. The Varrock teleport tabs, I imagine they'll be gone by the morning. So I'll do a stint of another 1,000 Camelot, another 1,000 Varrock, which will be great. I don't like making tabs. It really is quite tedious. And then we're just trying to pick up some mahogany planks at a decent price. Again, I'll probably go and test the margin a little later on. And if it's anywhere decent, we can pick them up. The thing is, why I won't instant buy them now is just because these are a little hard to sell. So yeah, we'll just keep our eye on it. Again, I've got 72 construction now, so we can actually do U frames, but the price of refined U planks is very, very high compared to the frame price. For whatever reason, a U frame is only a couple K more than the actual mahogany frame, so it don't really make sense actually. Once you get to U sort of frames or U construction, Construction is actually quite a good GP per XP because it's quite well priced. As you can see there, it's still expensive for a refined plank. Maybe we can get some low balls in low balls fill. Maybe I'll do that tonight actually. You could have a decent crack at it. Maybe, yeah, maybe we'll throw a little offer in. It's just under 10k, and we'll see if they can fill in overnight. If we'll buy 3k. So yeah, that's really going to be tonight. We're going to be making the Camelot teleport tabs first. Then after that, if I've still got the will to live, we'll make some Varrock ones. I can also empty my Ultra Compost and get that in the Grand Exchange for tomorrow. That'd be nice. That'd be some real big profit. But yeah, stuff's selling slowly, admittedly, but it is moving and we are getting to it as well. I'm just going to check the price of a mahogany one just to see how far off we are, because if it's only a couple like GP, I'm happy to pay for it, but I don't want to go too deep into mahogany because it has struggled to sell. 8.4k, yeah, it's not too bad in 7821. So we are the lowest price as well. So yeah, maybe we'll leave that over tonight, and then if I need to get moving tomorrow, I can do some instant buying. But I think I'll have enough to get on with teleport tabs, with do the compost, with doing the granite, and with also doing potions as well. We'll be doing quite a bit of herblore. But to round today off, 52 herb, 72 construction. We are currently a bank balance of 151 mil, which we're at a point now, if we're not able to buy a bond, we really won't be far off. I know the bonds was about 160 mil a couple of days ago, but I know they have come down a little bit as well. So yeah, smashing it. And all we'll really have now with Herblore is just another moneymaker on top. With a decent amount of Infernus Pyroclast, that's another sort of moneymaker on the top as well. Just being able to make Ultra Compost every day. And all the other little things we're doing, trying to sell for the highest price, using our Grand Exchange to our advantage, buying things for a low price, selling for the highest price. We are just making that little bit of cash on top as well. So we are back, logging in for another day of fun on escaping free to play. So as we always like to see, we have got some sales overnight as well. It's not really the stuff I was hoping for, but you know, we take what we can get. So let's go to the Grand Exchange, because what it does is it doesn't really show you progressive stuff you've bought as well. So hopefully we got some stuff bought, just not completed. So mahogany frames are gone. The Infernus Pyroclast is all bought as well, which is very, very nice. I do need to go and do my Ultra Compost today. As much as I don't want to do it, it is going to be such a big chunk of money. So let's go and see what we've got in terms of offers. We've managed to sell a couple of Camelot tabs, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. We've sold all the magic frames, and we've also got some Infernus Pyroclast all bought, which is nice. We bought the Pyroclast actually for a pretty decent price. The Irrit Potions haven't bought, but again, we're trying to lowball them. Sometimes this whole lowballing thing works, sometimes it doesn't. It just really depends. So, right, what we're going to go and do, claim all of those frames, which is great. We're going to go and take out this order of refined planks, because what I'm going to do is just check what the margin is, and if we can try and instant buy, we can instant buy, and we can hopefully get a decent stack of them then. Because even if we were to buy them at like actual standard price, they always seem to be under mid, which is very weird. Although it's slowly starting to creep up to mid. But at that price will be roughly at 25-ish K, and we can sell them for 42. Yes, it's getting a bit to a point where like I wouldn't want to do much more. But we can still go pretty much for that price. But as you can see, the volume for these planks can be so hit and miss, which is why sometimes it's just not worth doing in terms of a money making method. But we'll leave it at that price. We've updated it. We'll see how we go. The Irrit Potions, I want to get those done today because that means we'll get super strength. So what we'll do is just price check the Irrit Potion now. Because the Eye of Newt is so cheap, there's always going to be some form of profit in it. So we can instant buy these as well because we've got enough for margin. The reason why I'd say instant buy is because it's worth it to keep moving with the Herblore. We'll do 1500 because that will quite comfortably get us to the level. And we'll make a couple of mil off that as well. Where we're making most of the money at the minute is these. So we made another 1000 Camelot teleport tab last night, and we've sold so far 219, and then the Varrock teleport tab slowly sort of ticking along, and they're going to sell as well. So yeah, we've got some stuff to do for today. Again, I've still got another 900 Varrock teleport tabs to do. Mahogany and Lectin actually makes them significantly quicker as well, so that is something I'll be definitely trying. So that is definitely something I would recommend to you guys. Again, the person who dropped that comment, thank you so much for doing it. I never knew it was like that, and it was painful doing it with the Teak wand. So the fact we can do it now at a lot better rate is very, very good. In terms of what we're going to do with our GP, I might start looking at things like incense sticks, depending on like happens after all this I've got planned for today, I might actually buy some teak planks again, because teak planks going into teak frames, it's such a high ticket, high profit item that it's always worth doing. Again, that depends on what the profit is of things like super strength. If super strength is going to make something like 4 or 5k a potion, then in my opinion that's worth keeping on going on with. So yep, we'll try that. Dragonstone rings, I'm just going to check the margin of them now, because it seems that 22k margin only was there for a temporary time. It might have dropped a bit, or it might have completely crashed. Who knows? We'll find out now. But they're not selling. This has been like a couple of days now, yeah, and it's pretty much evident that the price is gone. We'll still make money at 9k. We could have just made more money with what we were going to do anyway. But let's get those moved on, because we want the cash to go and do some other stuff. Or I might just leave them here. I'm going to leave them, actually. I'm going to leave them till the end of the series, unless we majorly need something for that slot. Again, I think we've sort of got through that backlog now, so we're at a point where we're quite comfortable with what we need. I need some Eyes of Newt as well. So between the super attacks, the teleport tabs, and also doing my ultra compost, that's pretty much going to keep me busy for most of today. I've got to record Market Watch. There's a few weekend videos I want to do as well, but that will pretty much keep me busy for most of today. And we'll make some profit doing it as well, which is really nice. Again, profit and how we're sort of getting on, really, really big. 157 mil. I would like to, hopefully today, get that to something like 200 mil. 200 mil would be a really, really nice sort of target, or a nice goal. Some other things I'm going to look at seeing whether it's worth it as well is enchanting rings of dueling. They have always served me very well during a time. Maybe some low-level jewellery as well could be really good. We have things like urns we could do if we wanted to, and also, like I mentioned before, super strengths could be a really good money-making method, and as well incense sticks. So we've got a lot to sort of delve into, a lot to discover. The U planks as well, what are they saying in terms of a price? 1.5k. I think teaks are better. Teaks are so cheap. Teaks are really, really what I would recommend someone with not a lot of cash to jump into and get doing, because they're just such good GP from such a small amount invested. That is what I'd recommend for most people. But yeah, another day. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel. We are flying up in subscribers. Today I woke up to actually being at 8,000 subscribers, which is crazy. I know during the Leeds content I was a little bit worried about where we were going to go in terms of the channel. The videos weren't sort of getting the views that I was used to. And I was just thinking maybe this is the end, maybe we're going to just fizzle out. But no, we are back. We are back and pumping out the content. The views are up, the comments are there. But I just want to thank you guys so much for all that. It really, really does mean a lot to keep me going. But we're going to go throw this into the compost bin. This is going to show me whether I need to empty it out or if I can just keep throwing it in. Yes, you can keep throwing it in. So if we check the contents, we have max it out. Yeah, so I do need to go and empty this compost. So that's going to be what I'm going to do first thing today. Get that in a grand exchange, make some profit, and then we'll work off another day of super compost. So we kind of lost last night then, because I only had like 100 left to sort of turn into compost, which it is what it is. So we'll just do that. Then I'm going to go do my teleport tabs, and then I'm going to finish off doing my herblore. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Going to round the video up from here, just because I know we're at the end of the day and we've done quite a bit this morning as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please leave me a comment down below. Give me some show recommendations. Let me know what you're watching in a minute, because with all this grinding at the minute, I do need stuff to watch and catch up on as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Any suggestions for the series, drop in the comments below. Sub if you're brand new to the channel, really does help me out. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.